cool Tirana there. There's a cool guy over there. There's an air conditioner there. Everything's cool. I should not do comedy. Today's Saturday 21st of December. Got 9 days until the car gets picked up to go to Summernats, and ripping into it like crazy. Got tons to do still, but got enough time to get it ready to the point where it's going to be assembled. Like I've mentioned, it's not going to be completed for Summernats, and the reason being is because I don't want to rush it. I would rather, especially with the engine conversion, get all the hoses, wiring, all that sort of stuff done really nicely. Just no rush jobs, because I want to keep the car long term and have it reliable and everything like that. And when you rush things get done badly, and you just don't want to go down that path. So better off do it properly, but get the car visually looking like it's getting there, and that way also I want people to keep following the build, because once it's been the Summernats, there'll still be more stuff on the car that needs to be done, and they'll obviously be driving it and testing it and getting it engineered and stuff like that. So the build will continue after Summernats, which is great. But I'll spin around, give you a quick look around the car, but also I'm going to give you a wrap up at the end of today of what we've done since it's been here, because as you can tell, I'm a bit sinusy because I've been a bit sick. Just a cold, you know, like we all get, but when you get sick you get a bit and you don't want to be on camera, so I haven't really been on camera too much. So I'll give you a wrap up of what we've done. We've got the engine sitting there obviously, but yeah, it's been a lot of stuff going on, and yeah, looking pretty close now. Right, as you can see, with the freshly painted engine bay there, which myself and Ned did, turned out quite nicely considering it was just with the Rust-Oleum cans, which are really good. Now we've got the VF 6 litre, that's the W310 Walkinshaw motor, and with that we've got that in there with the Marks full drive adapters kit. So it's got the Marks engine mount adapter there, but also on top of that the Tuff Mounts engine mounts, and then they give you the depending on what option you get, we've got the alternator relocation there, a relocation bracket for the power steering reservoir, and because of the alternator relocation behind that, there is a relocator for the front coil pack there, which is nicely clearanced for the alternator. Then down the bottom there's a different idler pulley and a bracket there for the aircon compressor. In there I've got some footage which I'll overlay here. And my phone's ringing. It's my beautiful girlfriend, I'm going to answer it. Alright, here at Tuff Mounts today, got Jason, who you've seen a million times on HoonTV with all of his projects. So what we're doing is we're putting the car builder's sound deadening in. Now Jason's a guru with it because he's a retailer of it, and loves the product. It's pretty cool because it's made here in Australia, but the guys have hooked us up with this Artist Edition one, which is super cool. Just a bit different to having your regular sound deadening on the floor. As you can see, it's got all the cool cartoons on it. I'll get you a close up in a second, but we're basically putting this on the floor, sides, roof, and we've already done the firewall. But yeah, it's pretty awesome stuff, and yeah, we've got a bit of work ahead of us.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, and a hell of a difference once it's done.
How many times have you fitted this to a car now?
I don't want to count because I would have lost count. Lots. It's easy. All of my cars have it because it just works so well. The hardest part about this is the preparation, but as always, preparation's key. Vacuum, clean, prep sole, wax grease remover, get all the surfaces right, do some templating if you have to, otherwise freehand it and just go for it. Yeah, it's great.
So what have we got here? We've got is that the A-Team van?
The A-Team van, we've got Mad Max.
Mad Max, Nissan GTR, kind of, I guess.
A low rider sort of thing there.
Got a Jeep here.
Some sled.
Is that Cobra?
It's that sort of look.
Stallone, kind of, yeah, lead sled.
Yeah.
Bag low rider, yeah, with a microphone coming out the top of it.
Worst part is, we're going to cover it up with their other stuff.
Yeah.
On the floor at least, but the sides.
At least you'll see it on the ceiling.
Yeah, the sides and the ceiling. You'll be able to see it, so we'll at least make sure that it
so we're getting a bit of a Sistine Chapel thing happening here, because we're going to have this artistic ceiling in the car now, and that's not going to be covered up because we've got a hood lining in the front of the car, which our mates at Quality Motor Trimmers did. Well, I made like a panel in there to finish it, so it's almost like a ute now. It's just got a hood lining in the front, and then the back's just all going to be the car builders on the roof. So as long as we put it on neat, as long as we put it on neatly,
It'll look fantastic.
yeah, and we will.
It's going to be awesome.
Yep. No pressure.
None at all.
All right, I'm just going to show you the engine bay. This is what we're looking at. Now, what's the beauty of that reflective heat shield?
The reflective
there?
heat shield, it just stops so much transient temperature heading back into the cabin. We'll still need to do a little bit more once the exhaust gets fitted, so we know where that actually runs. But basically, the reflectiveness of the material sends bugger all, heat transfer back into the cabin. So it's good for a little bit of noise, but it's mainly the heat that we're trying to stop getting into the cabin. So what we've done is going to be absolutely fantastic for it.
So I guess the awesome thing about what having this in here, like a lot of people have said they've put LSs and turbos in 80 series that get really hot under the bonnet. So we've got all that happening there, but that plus the Blitz bonnet with all of the awesome airflow that's going to go in and straight out the back, it should be really nice, and the car won't get too hot. And especially when here, like this week, we've had high 40-degree days, so yeah, nobody wants that. So just a nice cruisy car, not hot under the bonnet, good air conditioning, all that sort of stuff.
Look better.
Yeah, should be nice, and it'll be a panel van, so it'll look cool.
Cool.
Okay, so Jason's just laying that out and aiming for the center line of the car. Basically, we're going to be trimming one piece one side, one on the other side. Going to get that all nice and neat and fitting in there. Obviously haven't taken the backing off it yet, so get it all fitted up, trim it all into place, and then between the two of us we'll be able to sit it in there with the trim off, and then yeah, mold it all into place using the little roller and get it all looking nice and neat.
Okay, so we have just made our first few cuts around the wheel tub here. We've picked the center line of the cab, which we've got there now, which I'm really happy with. Literally, I'm just going to start peeling it off, peeling the backing off, and start laying it now. I'll get my roller and we'll start kneading it down into all the holes to get it to contour, because it's got to contour into all of these shapes, so it just doesn't work as well.
So yeah, apologies if it's a bit dark in the back of the car there, it's because some idiot welded up all the windows in it. Yeah. Whoops.
Was a good idea, hey?
Seemed like a good idea at the time. Alright, quick little progress report here. Come around the back, as you can see. The cool thing is Jason's using the end of that last roll rather than just starting a new roll, so we'll make another piece up and just making the most of it and have minimal offcuts here and there, which is good. you stressing about?
Stressing about how much room I still have in my car, which is normally chock-a-block to the roof. However,
Summernats problems.
I
I did offer him to take my big trailer, but instead he's taking his cute little drag challenge trailer. Yeah.
But I normally tow a car over for display. So I normally fit everything in the back of the Ranger. Now I've got this room, and that's why, because I've actually got my awesome drag challenge trailer.
Awesome. It's cute. So today's the 30th of December. One more day of the year. One more day of the decade. Holy crap. And the Landcruiser, I wouldn't say it's done, it's assembled. There's an engine sitting in it, which was the plan. And it's getting picked up very soon, hopefully, by Luke Brody. And he's going to be taking it over there. So I'm going to switch the microphone around and give you a quick run around of the car, because it's been a pretty busy week. It's been filthy hot. I've been sick a bit as well. So today it's 41 at the moment here, which is 350 Fahrenheit. It's just disgusting, basically. And hopefully this afternoon it's going to cool down, but it's looking like Summernats is going to be anywhere between 38 and 41 degrees for all 4 days, which is pretty common for Canberra. God bless them. And yeah, it's going to be sweaty. But give you a quick run around the car, show you what we've done recently, throw some overlay footage over the top, and yeah, it's hot. Alrighty, so here it is. Got the Black Rhino Barstow wheels on it. On the front, obviously couldn't fit the center caps because it's got the Marks part-time kit with the AVM hubs there. Just to make it look a bit neater, I've painted the outers of the hubs so they're not silver anymore. Got all the Raptor coating on there. Thinking about giving it a little quick once over when we get back from Summernats. We're just a bit light on time, just because there's a little bit of texture change here and there, so we might give it one more coat when we get back, because it's only a single coat. But everything's in. Door handles, we've given them a coat of black just to make them match the outside. They've come up quite nicely. New set of mirrors on it just to pretty things up. Tidied up the wipers. Got a brand new front windscreen in it with a non-chrome strip rubber in it, which neatens it up. Unfortunately, and I don't ever badmouth companies because that's just not my thing, but I was let down very badly by a company, a windscreen company, who promised me the earth a month beforehand, and we have no rear windscreen. So yep, it's all in stock, it's all ready to go. Don't worry, we'll have it all good when it's done. But no, unfortunately it wasn't. So as you can see, we've got a whole heap of stuff loaded in the back there, because got TV and then some of Jason's gear as well. But spare wheels in there. We've got all the car builders, top, bottom and side. So if you're at Summernats, you better have a quick sneak peek in the back there. And obviously it's on the floor there. And neat little roll cage that the boys from Auto Style knocked up with the help of Craig from Ultra Race Cars. But big thanks to the guys from AAA Powdercoating, who as per usual always come to the party and get things done really quickly. Done an awesome job of powder coating the tow bar and front and rear bars for it. Had a couple other bits and pieces done too, but they do like an undercoat as well, so the powder coat comes up really nice. It fills in all the little cracks and everything like that. They did all the powder coating on the bike that we did last year. And then we've got the aftermarket headlights and grille there. Under here, incomplete but bolted in. We've got the L77 6-litre engine, the W310 motor. And on here it's got the alternator relocation kit, power steering reservoir, coil pack relocation to clear the alternator there. And then down there the brackets for the aircon compressor. And we've also done this chassis rail modification there, which is just basically chopping the factory engine mount in half. But big thanks to the guys at Marks Adapters there, or Marks 4-wheel drive adapters, for helping us out with this kit. It's also, as you can just see, got the factory Landcruiser Tuff Mounts in there. And then underneath, I'll sneak under the car here. This is all still a work in progress, but no sway bar in there at the moment because we're getting a heavy duty one. It's got the Marks modified sump there, and then behind that the 6L80 Auto, which has been given a refresh and a rebuild by the legends up at MV Automatics in Blackwood. And that's made it up to the Toyota transfer case there, and then I've had both the front and rear tail shafts serviced by Hardy Spicer, and they've also put a heavier duty front slip yoke on there, so should I do something crazy like put a supercharger or something like that on it later, it's going to be a little bit stronger. And yeah, but I guess it all kind of comes down to how you drive it as well. So anyhow, there's the horn. So we're all together. We've got this awesome bonnet here from Blitz Bonnets. We'll just drop that down. Everything fits nice and neatly. And we're ready for summer nuts. So stay tuned. I'll knock up a quick video from setup day at Summer Nats. And yeah, from there on in, it's back here to continue with the engine swap. Getting all the wiring in from our mates up in Queensland, and you know, all the little bits and pieces like power steering, doing a brake upgrade on it that Mark's 4-drive adapters do, and then it'll be heading up to advanced headers to have a set of headers and a neat set of pipes put on it. So yeah, it's all getting there and looking good, and hopefully after that we'll go through, do the engineering on it, and this baby will be on the road and being driven regularly. So looking forward to driving it. Thank you. Just make LS noises. That's Brody there.
Sweet as, mate. Brody Express.